Jai Guruji Maharaj, Shukranaguruji Maharaj, with folded hands and gratitude in my heart, I bow to the lotus feet of our beloved Guruji. With His divine grace and due permission, let us immerse ourselves in the nectar of the holy Shivapurāna. Today, let's begin reading the Shivapurāna Vidyeśvara Śamhita, chapter 14, description of fire sacrifice. This is day 21 of the audiobook. Chapter 14, description of fire sacrifice, etc. The sages said, O Lord, please tell us in order in detail all these rites, viz. The fire sacrifice, the sacrifice to gods, Brahma Yagya, the worship of the preceptor, and the gratification of Brahmins. Sud said, the offering made into the fire is called fire sacrifice, Agni Yagya. In the case of persons in the Brahmacharya ashram, that is religious students, it is called Samidadhan, collection of sacrificial twigs, or Brahmins, until the rite of Upasan, fire sacrifice of the householder. All the persons in the first ashram perform their vratas and special sacrifices in the fire from sacrificial twigs. O Brahmins, in the case of ascetics and forest dwellers who have consigned the sacred fire to the Atman, taking a restricted quantity of wholesome food is itself the sacrificial offering. Householders who have started their Upasan rites shall maintain the rite in the sacrificial fire kept in a vessel or pit always. The sacrificial fire shall be maintained either in the Atman or in the Arani, the sacrificial churning twig from which fire is kindled, lest the fire should be extinguished by royal or divine intercession. O Brahmins, the offering in the fire in the evening for the fire god is the bestower of prosperity. The offering in the morning for the sun god is conducive to longevity. This is called Agni Yagya, inasmuch as it enters the sun during the day. The different sacrifices, Sthalipak, etc., for the propitiation of Indra and other gods by offerings in the fire are called Dev Yagya. The rites of Chola, ceremony of tonsure, etc., are performed in the ordinary fire. The regular study of the Vedas is called Brahma Yagya. A Brahmin shall perform this constantly for the propitiation of gods. This is to be practiced by all, and hence no special rules are prescribed here. Now attend to the explanation of certain Dev Yagyas without fire. At the beginning of the first creation, the omniscient, merciful Lord Mahadev created the different weekdays for the benefit of the entire world. Lord Mahadev, the global physician, the omniscient, the panacea of all panaceas, made the first day his own day that bestows good health. Next, he created the day of his Maya, illusion, the bestower of prosperity. Afterwards, when the birth of Kumar was attended with some mishaps, he created the day for the sake of surmounting mishaps and idleness. With the desire to bless the worlds and for their nurture and protection, he created the next day dedicated to Vishnu, the protector of the worlds. The next day created by the Lord is for the sake of the longevity of the worlds dedicated to the creator of the three worlds, Brahma, called also Parmeshtin, who is the bestower of longevity too. Hence this day too bestows longevity. The last 2 days of the week created by the Lord are those of Indra and Yam. In the beginning, when the Lord created Punya and Pap, virtue and sin, for making the three worlds flourish, these deities who preside over them were assigned these 2 days. The last 2 days are the bestowers of worldly enjoyments and removers of premature death, respectively. The Lord made the sun, etc., who are his own manifestations and are firmly established in the solar cycle, Jyotish Chakra, the lords of the different days. Their worship in their respective days accords the respective benefits, viz. Health, riches, removal of sickness, nourishment, longevity, enjoyment of pleasures, and prevention of death, respectively. It is said that the respective merits of the different days are secured through the gratification of the gods. Shiv is the ultimate bestower of the fruits accruing from the worship of other gods as well. The worship for the propitiation of the deities is fivefold. 1. The repeated recitation of the respective mantras. 2. Sacrifice. 3. Charitable gift. 4. Austerities. And 5. Propitiation on the altar, idol, fire, or a Brahmin. The 16 forms of service and homage shall be duly observed. Of the fivefold forms of worship, the latter are more efficacious than the former. In the absence of the earlier ones, the latter ones can be observed. In the ailments of the eyes or head, or for quelling leprosy, the sun shall be worshipped, and the Brahmins fed for a day, a month, a year, or 3 years. If the action, meritorious or otherwise, that has begun to fructify is sufficiently strong, the ailment, old age, etc. are alleviated. The repetition of the mantras of the favorite deity accords the respective benefits of the day of the week. The first day of the week dedicated to the sun has the special merit of the removal of sin, especially for Brahmins. For the sake of riches, the intelligent devotee shall worship Lakshmi etc. on Monday with cooked rice soaked in ghee and shall feed Brahmin couples. For alleviating ailments, the devotee shall worship Kali and others on Tuesday. He shall feed Brahmins with an adhak, a measure of cooked rice, the pearls, black gram and green gram. The scholarly devotee shall worship Vishnu with curd rice on Wednesday. Sons, friends, women folk, etc. will always be well nourished forever. A person who seeks longevity shall worship the deities for their gratification with sacred thread, cloth, milk and ghee on Thursday. On Friday, for the sake of enjoyment of worldly pleasures, the devotee shall worship devas with concentration. Brahmins should be propitiated with the cooked food consisting of 6 flavors. Good clothes should be presented to women to gladden them. The wise devotee shall worship Rudra and others on Saturday that wards off premature death by performing homa with gingerly seeds. He shall make gifts to the Brahmins and feed them with cooked rice and gingerly seeds. Thus, worshipping the deities, he shall derive the fruit of good health, etc. In the daily or special sacrifices of the deities, ceremonial ablutions, charitable gifts, repeated muttering of mantras, sacrifices, propitiation of the Brahmins, in the worship of the different devas in view of special dates or special conjunction of the planets, or in the different days of the week, it is the omniscient Lord of the universe who bestows health and other benefits by assuming the different forms. He bestows the same according to the time, place, and the deserts of the recipient. The articles for worship shall be in accordance with one's faith or local conventions. The Lord bestows health, etc. in accordance with the comparative quality of the same. In the beginning of the period of auspiciousness, the end of the period of inauspiciousness, on birthdays, according to the stars, etc., the householder shall worship the planets, sun, etc., in his own house for his good health, etc. Hence, the worship of gods bestows all desired fruits. The worship conducted by Brahmins must be along with mantras and by means of gesticulations in the case of others. The worship shall be carried out by men seeking good benefits in all the 7 days in accordance with their capacity. Indigent men shall worship devas with austerities and rich men by spending money. Again and again they shall do virtuous actions with sufficient faith. After enjoying the pleasures in heaven, they are reborn again in the world. For better enjoyment, the rich shall always plant trees for shade, dig tanks, etc., install deities, and carry on virtuous activities. After the lapse of some time, when the virtue becomes ripe, he shall achieve perfect knowledge. O Brahmins, he who hears this chapter or reads it, or he who facilitates the hearing of the same, shall derive the fruit of Dev Yagya. With this, I would like to conclude today's chapter. First and foremost, I would like to seek forgiveness from our beloved Guruji Maharaj. for any mistakes in the narration of this divine chapter. I would also like to seek forgiveness from each and every one of you for the same, and would like to invite you to the reading of next divine chapter from the Holy Shiv Puran. Thank you, Guruji, for everything. Thank you each and every one of you.